I can still picture that day as if it's unfolding before me now. There was no storm, no screaming match, no echo of slammed doors. She didn't hurl accusations or leave in a blaze of anger. Instead, her exit carried a stillness, so heavy it pressed against my chest like a weight I couldn't shake. She stood at the doorway, suitcase gripped tightly, her gaze fixed anywhere but on me. Her face revealed what her lips never spoke, tired, drained, edged with just enough guilt to sting. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. The only thing that left me was a long, steady breath and the faintest nod. The fire had burned out long before she walked away. She emptied the house of everything that had once mattered. Our laughter, our dreams, the fragile promises we thought would last. But one thing she couldn't take was my pride, and I refused to hand it over. I didn't demand explanations. I already knew. Maybe there was someone else. Maybe she had simply grown weary of us. Either way, clinging to someone who has chosen to leave is like grasping smoke. It slips through no matter how hard you hold on. So I turned away, grabbed my coat, and stepped outside. No shouts, no cruel farewells, just absence. She didn't look back, and neither did I. The days after bled together. Food lost its flavor. Nights stretched on without rest. And I spent hours staring at the ceiling, my chest heavy with something I couldn't shake. I tried bearing the ache in work, in exercise, even in the company of strangers, but nothing filled the hollow space she left behind. People said I was handling it with dignity. They didn't see the nights I nearly caved, thumb hovering over her name on my phone, before I reminded myself she wasn't mine anymore. Time kept moving. Weeks blurred into months, and hope gave way to acceptance. She wasn't coming back. She had carved out a new life, and I was left to do the same. By the time a year had passed, I wasn't waiting anymore, not even pretending to. The emptiness was still there, but I learned to live around it the way you learn to live around an old scar. I wasn't the man I had been when she left. I had become someone else. That date, October 9th, was carved into me. I wrote it down as if marking a milestone. 1 year survived. That night I was home, dressed in worn sweats, stirring dinner while soft music filled the kitchen. For once, she wasn't on my mind. Life had settled into something close to normal. Then came the knock. Gentle, hesitant, familiar in a way that tightened my chest. At that hour, no one ever came by. My pulse raced as I opened the door. And there she was. At first, I barely recognized her. Her hair hung longer, unkempt. Tears streaked her face. A heavy coat wrapped around her, though she still trembled as if warmth had abandoned her. She looked smaller, fragile in a way I had never seen. I froze in the doorway, stunned as the wave of our past crashed back. Our vows, her laughter, the life we built and lost, it all came rushing in. In that instant, I realized I had never completely let her go. I didn't know where else to go, she whispered, her voice cracked and trembling. My breath caught. Words deserted me. Memories flooded in, every good and painful moment circling endlessly. Without thinking, I stepped aside. I couldn't turn her away, even if part of me wanted to. She sat at the kitchen table, the same spot that once felt like ours. Her shoulders shook as she choked out, I made a mistake, the worst mistake of my life. I stayed silent. What was there to say? She had chosen this path. I had already built a life without her. Yet here she was, unraveling in front of me, her tears dripping onto the wood between us. I thought I wanted more, she whispered, her voice fragile. I thought I had outgrown what we had. But he wasn't you. No one is you. From her bag, she pulled a wrinkled sheet of paper, edges torn from being opened and folded too many times. I wrote this month ago, she admitted softly. I never had the courage to send it. It was a letter, a raw confession, drenched in sorrow. She wrote of sleepless nights, of still wearing my hoodie, of hearing my voice echo in quiet spaces of her mind. She wrote of the loneliness that haunted her since she left. When I lifted my eyes, her face was soaked with tears. I don't deserve anything from you, she said, her voice splintering. I just needed you to know. And if there's even the smallest chance, she couldn't finish. She didn't have to. A year ago, I would have fallen at her feet, begging her to stay. But standing there now, I felt something different, heavier but clearer. I wasn't the man she had walked away from. I had